The Mediterranean Isle of Cyprus, a marriage hotspot for British couples. More than 4,000 pairs of UK lovebirds get hitched on the island every year. And giving wings to bridal dreams are the expat wedding planners. They've ditched rainy Britain for a life beside the sea.
Wow, wow, what an entrance.
Their mission? Bringing wedding bliss to hundreds of couples every year.
This is people's big day. I'm constantly thinking about plan B, plan C, constantly.
I feel like you're going to pass out on me, love.
But getting bride and groom down the aisle...
No, they're supposed to be decorated. My couple is not going to be happy that it's a black taxi.
...isn't as easy as it sounds.
Mum's feeling hot and stressed.
Can they meet the demands of loved-up couples and their guests?
Let's do it, let's get set up.
Arriving in their droves.
You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
And work their magic to create wedding wonders.
Oh, darling!
Today, there's a battle with balloons.
Now where do I put them?
A planner turns bride for the day.
Show me your best smile.
I'm showing you my worried smile, but imagine a bride like this bent over.
And
We chose a dress a size down.
will a wedding frock fit?
I'll just be glad when I'm in it and we get there.
Every year, over 1 million Brits visit Cyprus. More and more of them are combining a wedding together with a holiday with family and friends. Among the island's expat wedding planners is Kerry Barker.
Okay, let's do it, let's get set up. Time to rock and roll.
She swapped life in Nottingham for sunny Cyprus 7 years ago.
I'm British. I know how the British think. I do get to know my clients very well.
Come on, bestie.
It's seeing somebody you spoke to for such a long time take that last step and they walk down the aisle and you hear them say, I do. It's just brilliant.
Congratulations, you made peace tonight.
I found a snotty hanky in my flowers. Lovely, hey.
Kerry's next clients have just arrived from the West Midlands.
I'm so excited. Look at this.
This room is beautiful.
So beautiful. Oh my God.
30-year-old beautician Sabrina and 25-year-old surveyor Chris.
Look at the views.
Oh, wow. Oh, look. So nice. Look at that. I think we're getting to get married over there.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it was a couple of years ago when we met. It was in Kavos in Greece. We were both on holiday. I was with two of my groomsmen. Sabrina was with one of her bridesmaids.
My friend met someone on holiday there, so she was kind of off a lot of the time with him, so I was by myself a lot on the pool and stuff. So him and his friends kind of felt sorry for me, and then we got chatting.
I don't know what it was, but there was some sort of a connection there, which we both felt from the beginning, really.
After 3 years together, Chris decided to pop the question.
I took her to Disneyland in Paris. It was a surprise. I told her, I think 2 or 3 days before we went, just pack your bags, we're going to France, to Paris. We spent the day at Disneyland, so they have the firework display at the end in front of the castle. And that's where I proposed, and obviously she said yes.
They've chosen to get married at a luxury hotel in Paphos at a budget of £8,000.
I don't want to use the term bridezilla, but as she's been very particular with the wedding, I know she just wants the best for us both for the special day. And that's like everything in life, she just wants the best for both of us.
Yeah, that's true. Keep going. Is that it?
Well, I say opposites attract, and sometimes our personalities can clash a little bit.
We're very
But
opposite in personalities.
Yeah.
Sabrina and Chris started planning their wedding a year ago when they came to Cyprus and met Kerry.
Very nice couple. They were very determined on their wedding venue when they were here. So it'd be nice to see them again, have a good catch-up. Sabrina, she's already warned me that she could turn into bridezilla when it comes to her hair and makeup.
Kerry's meeting up with Sabrina and Chris again to finalise any last-minute details and revisit their ceremony venue.
Hi, morning. Nice to see you again. Oh, great to see you. Oh, I'm good, thank you. You?
I hope it's as I remember it.
But today, it's not looking its best.
A little bit windy, but here's your ceremony venue. Hopefully it's going to die down a little bit for Wednesday for us, so fingers crossed. A little bit of breeze is nice, but this is a little bit OTT for us, yeah? Yeah.
Wedding venue revisited, it's down to the finer details.
Sorry, who's giving you away?
So it'll be my foster dad.
OK.
Yeah.
I will bring Dad up at a point to you in the room. So now we go to the bridesmaids.
Yes.
I'm going to go 3 bridesmaids and 1 flower girl, just so that I've got that little difference there.
That's it.
The couple are keen to follow tradition and not see each other before the ceremony. But there's a slight problem.
Where's Chris going to get ready?
Yes.
The hotel is full and has nowhere for Chris to change.
It's something we're going to have to look at the day. It's very busy here at the hotel. So worst case scenario is, while Sabrina and the girls are getting ready at the salon, with their hair and their makeup, you can be getting ready in the room.
Yeah.
And that's not Kerry's only pressure on the day.
So hair and makeup.
Oh, this is the tricky one.
With you being a beautician,
Yes.
it's going to be perfect.
Okay.
You've got some pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah? They're very good and they will listen to you. Talk to them. They're
Yeah.
very approachable. They're really good girls.
She will.
I will just hide.
Kerry's confident she's got everything covered. But Sabrina's adding to the list with her own decorations.
Let's have a look. Let's see how many people in my army I will need. What's
So these
this?
are just flower balls. These can just be scattered everywhere.
Hanging,
Yeah,
reception.
wherever. Yeah. These are really, really large balloons.
OK.
How big are your lungs?
So we'd need helium, so we'd have to find some helium.
So how big do you think these balloons are? Is it going to be like...
A little bit smaller, maybe about this big, and like maybe this big.
OK.
So it's going to be good, trust me.
Where do you want those?
Either side of the
head table?
head table.
OK.
At the back, like, it's just
Yeah.
background.
When it's windy,
Yeah.
even a little bit breezy, sometimes they don't stay. So just to warn you,
Yeah.
I've had it before where we've had balloons down and just the slightest
It's
is
more
just like
for a
taking
picture.
them. Don't stand there and hold it, though, will you? Because you might fly away. So plenty to keep me quiet then on the wedding day.
That's it, yeah.
We're done, so you can go relax now. Let's pray for no wind. I've got 2 big balloons that need to be filled with helium with little tassels hanging off them. I've never seen them before, so that's something that I need to sort out as soon as possible.
It's really, really windy here today. I'm just a bit concerned, obviously, at the venue where I have our ceremony. It's right by the sea, and when we did go view it today, the sea was coming up a little bit and touching us on the skin a little bit, but
Fingers
here's
crossed.
hoping it's going to be OK.
Cyprus has a long seafaring tradition, and today it plays host to yacht weddings. 54-year-old expat Sharon Mazura specialises in ceremonies on the water.
What are we doing here? Advertising for window cleaner. After 22 years, you might think after doing that job for such a long time that you've gone a little bit stale. No.
Please, this way to take a balloon to write a message.
I just get so excited every time it's a wedding. It's like it's my own.
Agiris, can you check from the top? It's the same height.
Just arriving on a late flight from the East Midlands are Sharon's next clients. 40-year-old Louise, who works in purchasing, and her husband-to-be, 43-year-old Andrew, who's a bathroom fitter.
Everyone's happy, fantastic welcome this end. I'm in high spirits, it's really good. It should be a nice break. So it's, you know, it's a holiday as much as a wedding, I suppose. This will be the first time we've actually been abroad together as a family.
That includes their 3-year-old daughter, Macy,
You're tired, aren't you?
and Josh, Louise's 15-year-old son from a previous relationship.
You right, Josh?
Andrew and Louise have chosen to get married on a luxury yacht. Their budget is £15,000. They've been engaged for 6 years, but to get to the wedding day, they've had a couple of hurdles to overcome.
You don't like flying, do you?
No, I had to do a conquer your fear of flying course earlier this year. What with getting married, obviously, out in Cyprus, I had to get on that plane, whether I wanted to or not.
And Louise has had issues of her own.
There was a photo that somebody took with me holding Macy after I'd had her,
And I just looked at the photo, I was like, oh no. And I was disgusted at how I felt, how I looked. I always said, unless I lose my weight, I wouldn't get married. I think it was just something I had to do for myself. Since then, all in all, I've lost 5 stone in total.
Now the main concern for their wedding is the well-being of their 3-year-old.
Macy, she doesn't travel very well at all.
No.
Our little sweet princess is sick quite a lot.
We just don't know what she's going to be like, obviously, on the day, on the yacht. She's never actually been on a boat or on the sea, sort of thing.
Louise and Andrew are meeting Sharon and colleague Steph to finalise the wedding details.
Thank you. Hello.
Lovely to see you. Everybody landed all right? Everything all right?
Yes.
All good.
You look absolutely amazing. Next question. Dress, have you tried it?
Yes, and it fits.
Yeah.
Or it did when I left. I was squeezing it. Although it's like all-inclusive, I'm like, I had a blowout yesterday and I was like, right, OK, now back on track.
Don't do that to us. Please don't do that to us.
No.
After the dress, Louise is most worried about her flowers.
You've asked for a mixture of coral and ivory roses.
Okay. We've got another shade of coral, but it's the red coral.
No, it's
the coral.
It's definitely that.
Okay, that's fine, yeah. We can request it, but obviously
just
because
as
the
near
flowers
as
are coming
that they
from
can,
Holland, so it's a little bit more
I mean, obviously, as long as they go in with that.
Yeah, as long as it all ties in. OK, you don't want a cerise pink, more swaying towards orange than pink. OK, that's fine. OK, Louise, so who's going to be giving you away on the day?
My dad.
And your dad's name is?
Harry.
OK, and best man then for you?
Well, that's Josh, isn't it? We've said...
Joshua, so it's Louise's son.
Really lovely. And how was Joshua?
15.
But Sharon's got other big news about the wedding.
Unfortunately, I need to go to the UK to see some other brides, so I'm not going to be present on your day, but believe me, you're in #1 hands here, so you've got no worries at all. She's absolutely great at her job, so no worries at all. I feel really disappointed that I'm not available for her wedding. However, I know that I'm going to be on that phone continuously.
She's obviously not going to be here. A little bit upset there, because obviously Sharon's been there all the way through.
With the boss going away, it'll be down to Steph to ensure this wedding stays on track. Coming up, a bride needs a room, but her groom needs it too.
He can see you, but he can't see me.
And one planner steps into the boss's shoes.
While the cat's away, the mice will play, but please don't.
In Paphos, on Cyprus's southwest coast, it's the morning of Sabrina and Chris's hotel wedding, organised by planner Kerry.
We have a nice bright blue sky. We have a little bit of wind, but not too much, so perfect. Hopefully it'll drop a little bit more later on in the day, but so far, we're happy.
While Kerry sets up the venue, Sabrina and her bridesmaids are in the beauty salon.
Feeling a little bit nervous. I've got butterflies, but I'm really excited for the day. Like, I'm just really... I can't believe it's come so quickly.
Sabrina is a beautician, so has high expectations when it comes to the makeup.
I was apprehensive, but I do love it. I really do love it. I really love the eyes. Done a good job. I wanted it quite natural, so yes, I love it. I'm ready.
At the hotel, the groom's party need a room to change in.
Hello.
Good morning.
I'm getting married today. Do you know if you had a spare room for us to get changed in?
Would you like to have a seat? I'm waiting for you.
OK, that's fine.
Sabrina and Chris want to follow tradition and not see each other until the ceremony.
He can see you, but he can't see me. So can someone contact Chris, because obviously we don't want to bump into each other. We need to make sure that he's had either a spare room to get dressed in, or if he's getting dressed in us, we need to make sure that we don't collide with one another.
Yeah,
can one of you get on that for me?
Yeah,
Bridesmaid duties, come on, hurry up, snap, let's
boss
go.
has spoken.
Hi, Chris. Hey, we're just leaving the salon now, so can you make sure you're not in the room, that you and Sabrina don't crash into each other and you don't see each other?
But Chris and his groomsmen still need to find a room to make sure they don't bump into the bride. Outside, Kerry's almost finished setting up, but there's one important decoration she's still to sort out. The giant balloon Sabrina set her heart on.
I'm not worried about them being blown up. The thing that I'm worried about is actually getting them back here in my car. If they're going to explode in transit, or actually, if I let go of the string, that could be a bit of a disaster as well, hey?
Kalimera, good morning. How are you? I have 2 very big balloons here.
Okay, we'll just try.
Thank you. Oh my God!
It's absolutely enormous. I thought they were going to be big, but that's really big. I really hope they're going to get in the car.
Only just. Thank you. Perfect. Let's keep it in.
Kerry's managed to get the balloons back to the venue. Hopefully, they'll survive the day. On average, it takes 12 months to plan a wedding. Someone who reckons she can organise any wedding, whatever the notice, is 48-year-old planner Tara Milonas.
To be a good wedding planner, you need to be organised, you need to be a people person, and you need to be patient. The job you can learn, but I think those skills you have to have. Amazing, isn't it?
Brilliant.
People say to me how lucky I am to have this job, but I don't think people think about the behind the scenes, but climbing up on things, cleaning things, fixing things. I've still got to crack on a bit. I'm not going to have a chance to have lunch.
Tara is the in-house planner at a 5-star hotel in Coral Bay, and today she's showing bride-to-be Jane and her mum Susan possible wedding setups at the hotel.
Me and my fiancé came on a holiday last August, and we'd not long been engaged. And an elderly couple told us to come and look at this hotel, and we booked it there and then.
The sudden engagement was a bit of a shock for mum Susan.
When I first heard, I was worried sick that it was going to be abroad, because I've never been to a wedding abroad before. I didn't know what the logistics were like, I didn't know what was going to happen. I'd never even been to Cyprus before. So I panicked. And I started to ask her a lot of questions. What about this? What about that? What about the other? And she really couldn't answer those questions.
With so much uncertainty, mum and daughter have come to Cyprus, and planner Tara is determined to put their minds at rest.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you? Okay?
Yeah.
See you again.
Lovely to see you.
And nice to meet you. So if we start off then by going to have a look at the venues, and then we'll come back up and we'll have a drink, and then we'll go through all this details.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Excellent. It seems to be that it's Mum that's pushed for this visit, because Jane sent me a jokey email saying that Mum's had a go at her about not planning enough. So I think it's mainly for Mum to feel more relaxed about it all.
The ceremony is going to be held on the hotel's pier, but Tara has a suggestion for the reception, a combination of the amphitheatre and taverna.
So once you're here then for the whole night, really.
Nice.
So, and then this can later be the dance floor as well. So you could come and have drinks, canapes. This is the taverna. In here you can have your tables how you want. Sometimes the couples like to have their head table there with their backs to the sea.
So the guests are looking at them and the scenery as well, yeah.
Mum Susan seems to be coming around to the idea of a wedding in Cyprus, and daughter Jane is more excited than ever.
The taverna was the one I wanted from the start, from the pictures. But since I've been here, it looks even better.
Before they make a final decision, Tara wants to show them an alternative reception location, the deck.
Also, I don't know if you remember, we showed you the deck last time.
It's bigger, it's huge.
So we've extended
so much bigger.
it, yeah.
It is a lot more appealing than last time,
Absolutely.
I must admit. It seems a lot more private now.
Yeah.
I think it's all beautiful, but downstairs is more appealing to me. I'm sorry. But I'm only guiding, I'm not saying, I'm just guiding.
With Jane preferring the deck and Mum the taverna, one of them will need to compromise. In Paphos town, Louise and Andrew's yacht wedding is fast approaching. Bride Louise is having a dress rehearsal for the big day.
You're very scared.
She's recently lost 5 stone, but she's worried her weight may have crept up since arriving in Cyprus.
The last time I tried the dress on was about 2 weeks ago. I'll just keep my fingers crossed that the all-inclusive hasn't made me put too much weight on and I can still get in it. I was very adamant I didn't want a strapless dress. My dad was very much, he didn't want to see me in a dress where I'd got 4 boobs.
Louise may have the perfect dress, but she has taken a big gamble with the size.
We chose a dress a size down. It's not going to go on until the actual wedding day. It's not long. I'll just be glad when I'm in it and we get there and he turns up.
Louise's son Josh is the best man, and he's roped in his granddad Harry to help him with his speech.
Nervous and excited. It's like a mix between the two.
What suggestions have you got?
Keeping it short.
How short?
Pretty short, a couple of minutes at least.
That could be ample.
Probably have like a bit of like a serious thing and then go on to a joke and then go on to a serious thing, sort of just balance things out. So he's been there for me since I was probably 2.5 and he's treated me like I was his own son.
There's got to be something else there. We'll have to sit down and really think about it. We've got to get it done before Thursday.
At her office, planner Sharon is briefing colleague Steph.
Regarding the favours, don't forget they wanted petals.
To make sure everything is in hand for Louise and Andrew's wedding before she leaves for a business trip.
Just remember, you've got extra checking the flowers and everything, just to make sure they are the coral colour, what she's wanting. All right. If you're not sure, then literally whiz them straight back. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave that totally on you.
No problem.
She's thought of everything, including Andrew and Louise's daughter, who's prone to motion sickness.
I went and I got you these natural seasickness tablets.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want me just to write on it for you?
Yeah,
I'll put
please.
Macy is 1 tablet. So do you want to keep them in there so you've got them? All right then, sweetheart.
Thank
Thanks
you.
ever so much. Thank you, darling, and I'll see you when I get back.
All right.
There is a saying, while the cat's away, the mice will play. But
see.
please don't.
Coming up, a wedding venue disagreement.
I prefer downstairs, but obviously it's yours and choose choice. But go downstairs.
And wedding flower fears.
I'm not really very happy with them.
At a luxury hotel in Paphos, it's wedding day for groom Chris and bride Sabrina.
I'm really nervous, like having everybody's eyes on you is quite daunting, isn't it?
Planner Kerry has just an hour and a half to finish her preparations.
And next, Sarah, I know it's 3:30. I have to go for photographs in the room from 2. I don't have parasols. I'm pushing them for parasols and things because my time is very limited. Everything's more relaxed here in Cyprus. They're like, yeah, it'll be done, but I want to physically see them there. Just so you know, the actual bases for the parasols aren't down here. I didn't know if you knew that, so I just thought I'd let you know. Bases for the parasols. OK, so it's a little bit windier than I was hoping it to be. I think it's got up since earlier, definitely since this morning. The sea is not too bad, so I don't think we have any problems with that. So it's just the windiness for the ceremony.
Meanwhile, there's been a breakthrough.
OK, we've got a room ready for you.
Excellent.
They're just checking now to see if it's completely clean.
Okay.
As soon as it's ready, I'll let you know.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Bye.
Me and the groomsmen now have got to get to my room, pick up my suit, some of the presents and the bits and bobs for the wedding, take them to the new room. I'll have to keep putting my best man to keep an eye out to make sure none of the bridesmaids or the bride's not here, to make sure that we don't cross paths or anything.
No, it's OK. Come on in. Come on in.
Just get your face into it and we hold on to the hair. Just keep your face.
With Chris safely out of the way, Sabrina and her bridesmaids can finish getting ready, with no danger of bumping into the groom.
Perfect. Princess. Feels like my hair's going to fall out. Sorry, I'm getting, like, stressed.
Fine.
Dad Harry arrives to check on his daughter.
You look like an angel. You look brilliant. Brilliant.
Thank you, Dad.
Beautiful.
Can I need a tissue?
I have someone on here, look.
I never cry. What's going on?
The venue is almost ready. Kerry has just one last important decoration to place in position. The giant helium balloons requested by the bride.
Oh dear. Ooh. It looks like we have a bit of a deflation of a balloon here. I have one moon balloon and one balloon the size of a tennis ball. I did the mission. I got them in the car and I got them here in one piece. They've just gone like...
In Coral Bay, wedding planner Tara is showing possible ceremony venues to reluctant mother of the bride, Susan, and her daughter, Jane.
I just was not prepared to turn up 2 days before my daughter gets married and not know where she's getting married, what's happening, where does she walk, what does she do, anything.
Tara's tour has certainly calmed some nerves. But there's a new problem. Bride Jane likes the new deck for the reception.
Yeah, because that's nice bit, that one, isn't it?
But Mum Susan prefers the downstairs taverna.
It is lovely, but I'm thinking of the heat. I'm thinking of people sitting there for quite some time, just sitting there in the heat. Whereas downstairs, there's a bit of both.
Yeah, absolutely.
They can do the sun or they can do the shade. So that's where I'm coming from. I'm sorry.
I know what you're saying about the sun,
Yeah.
but we do put people in shade. We don't leave them out in the sun.
Okay.
And we've got huge umbrellas that we put up. If that's the thing that's concerning
Well, yeah,
you, it will
but it's
be.
also more picturesque, I think, downstairs.
Yeah.
I think more traditional.
Yeah, it's definitely more traditional, definitely, yeah.
Well, we'll see.
You'll see, obviously.
It seems Mum Susan's not quite given up yet.
I prefer downstairs, but obviously it's yours and choice. But go downstairs.
And Susan isn't just worried about the venue choice. She has other concerns too for her daughter.
One of my main concerns, just as a mum, for my little girl was she's going to be wearing huge heels. Are there any cracks and lumps? Are the heels going to go down there? All these crazy, silly things.
Well, you know what we
are
could
going
do?
through her.
If that was... Because if they are really high...
They are.
Then maybe she walks along the front in flip-flops.
Yeah.
And we just give her the shoes at the end.
Do something like that. That's fine. Honestly, you've covered everything. I'm just so happy. The minute I got here, I thought, this is absolutely lovely. What a dream.
Have you asked everything?
Yes, everything's covered.
Sure? Happy?
I am
Good.
very happy.
Good.
Can't wait to meet your dad.
Oh, my poor dad.
I bet he's like, oh, thank God. Yeah. Today's show went really, really well. Much better than I thought it was going to be, because it was really... I've met Jane and Drew before, so I knew that they knew the hotel and they loved it, but it was really about Jane's mum seeing it, and she loves it, so that's made me really happy. What I'm going to do then, I'm going to leave you with your drinks, the beautiful view, and I will be in touch.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. She said to me, Mum, once you meet Tara...
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. And she was dead right.
Yeah.
Dead right. Any hiccups that could happen, she's there. She's got to have experienced that before. Lovely to meet you. And thank
You too.
I might marry her.
I'm sure the wedding's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be really fun, and it will be emotional, and it's going to be perfect, as Sue said. She wants to be perfect. It will be perfect.
I can't help it. It's what I want. And it will be. I know it will. I know it will be perfect. Now I know.
In Paphos Town, it's the day of Louise and Andrew's yacht wedding, organised by planner Sharon. She's away on a business trip and has left her team holding the fort. But already there's a problem with the bride's flowers. Assistant Steph needs Sharon's help.
So, Steph, I'm not really very happy with them.
Okay, any chance you could do a photo and
Sure.
have a look? All right then, I'll just wait for the photo and I will call you back.
Bride Louise was clear. She wanted very pale coral roses to match the bridesmaids' dresses.
Fingers crossed. Hi, Sharon.
They're of more of the watermelon colour.
Yes.
She's not going to be happy because she's really happy with the coral that it was.
With the coral shade Louise wanted not available, Sharon's come up with a possible solution.
The only thing is what you could do is take a couple of petals from the outside, then that will probably tone it down that little bit more anyway.
OK, we'll do that then and see what it looks like.
OK.
Sharon's hoping the inner petals may be paler and closer to the colour Louise wanted. Alexander the Great once counted the island of Cyprus amongst his many conquests. But running an empire takes planning and discipline.
Lanterns, 2 lanterns.
Keeping control of her own small army in Paphos is something that 55-year-old expat planner Angela Bence is more than used to.
I'm not afraid of throwing my weight around to get things done because I'm a believer in it has to be done, it's somebody's special day. I never switch off from weddings. I eat, sleep, drink weddings because I get great satisfaction of seeing the brides happy.
In-house wedding planner for one of the island's biggest hotel chains, it's vital that Angela selects the right suppliers for the many jobs that surround her ceremonies.
My suppliers know I'm very strict on my weddings and I love everything in place 100%.
Today, Angela is meeting up with a possible new photographer to put on her suppliers list. But he'll have to pass a rigorous test if he's going to stand any chance of getting on it.
Because I have more weddings coming in with bookings, I need to find more suppliers. So today I'm meeting Alex. I'm going to be putting him through his paces, asking him questions. If he gets along with me, we've cracked it. Alex has got the hardest job because Alex has to put up with me. I am known to be the devil of weddings.
Alex Bouchard has been a wedding photographer on the island for 12 years. He's under no illusions about the task in front of him and who he needs to impress.
I'm going to be doing a trial shoot with Angela so she can see exactly how I work. It's definitely important for the planner to meet with the photographer beforehand to see their personality, to see how they work with the client. I hope Angela really does like my style of work and the way I work. Brides are very nervous. The secret is to calm them down, make them feel comfortable in front of the camera, then you get the best results. Good morning.
You all right, love?
Everything good?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, good.
So what I'm thinking is today, you do some photos of me and we go through what brides ask, what we can do, what we can't do.
I know some great little locations here where the light's beautiful, some nice backdrops.
That's what I want, somebody that knows the venues, knows the lighting, knows where to stand.
Of course.
And understands what the brides want.
For sure. Is this your bouquet for the day?
This is my flowers for the day.
You've done well.
Look, and I've even got white trousers, not a white dress, though. Shall we go do the shoe?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Alex will need all his skill and charm to win Angela's approval. At a luxury hotel on the southwest coast, it's time for Sabrina and Chris to become husband and wife.
Keep coming, girls.
There's still a strong breeze by the water, but the wedding's going ahead.
Is all yours? Thank you. Looks so nice. Sabrina, I promise to listen more, to complain less, and to always put you first. For you are my number one and my soulmate, and I'll always be by your side.
You're my once-in-a-lifetime love. Today, in front of all our loved ones, I marry you with no hesitation or doubt, and my promises to you are absolute. I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you, because I know the best is yet to come.
As from this moment, I pronounce you husband and wife. Congratulations.
Thank you, Kerry.
Vows over. It's time for everyone to enjoy the reception.
He's here.
But Kerry can't afford to relax just yet. She's got a problem on her hands.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to let Sabrina and Chris know that I only have 50% of their moon balloons left. I'm sorry, 50% delivered, I'm afraid.
Not that Sabrina and Chris seem disappointed.
Fantastic effort, Kerry.
Come on, girls. Cheese.
We've bought you a little something as a thank you, if you'd like to come over.
I'm coming. Oh, thank you.
Big round of applause for Kerry.
Those big balloons. I hope nobody ever brings those again, although they do look great. I'm very, very happy with the outcome. Everything's just worked perfectly. Everything's come together just as I wanted it. And with all of this here at the reception venue, it looks absolutely stunning. And what is the best is that my bride and groom are very happy as well.
Everything was all I hoped for and more. Kerry pulled it completely out of the bag. She did an absolutely amazing job. To everything, to decorating the place, to taking me to the loo and holding my drink and holding my flowers and wiping my tears. She did a really, really good job.
Coming up, it's the moment of truth for dieter Louise.
I've just got to squeeze into it.
And Alex puts Angela through her poses.
Is this where I go? Delete, delete, delete.
In Paphos, Louise and Andrew are getting ready for their wedding on one of planner Sharon's yachts.
How's that? Get this. Look, the back of your hair.
Hey, Grandad. Any chance you can do my tie?
Best man Josh is starting to feel the pressure.
A little bit nervous on speech, if I can get it right the first time, or if I'm going to mess it up. But except for that, I think I'm all good.
It's a very special moment for Louise and her dad, Harry.
I've waited 17 years for this, just to see that little smiling face, because I know she's ecstatic. Just talking about it, it's getting me emotional. And now, you know, the big day's here. I hope it goes off the way she wants it to.
With less than 90 minutes to go before the ceremony, planner Steph's delivering the flowers, but they're a shade darker than the bride requested.
She has asked for a coral. Now, at this time of the year, coral's a really difficult colour for us to match. They are slightly on the darker side. We've removed a few petals to try and get down to the lighter layers. So fingers crossed she's going to be happy with them. Hi, hello. Flowers, you want to have a look? How are they?
Oh, wow.
Beautiful. Yes, they do, actually. They really do.
Smell them.
I mean, ladies look stunning.
Oh, wow. The flowers are absolutely fantastic. They're beautiful and they smell gorgeous.
Actually, they're a really nice contrast against your dresses, actually.
You smell them. Maisie smell them, of course. They smell nice.
The flowers, Louise is really happy with them, so all that worrying was for nothing. They're a really nice contrast in colour, actually, against the bridesmaids' dresses, so perfect.
At one of Paphos's 5-star hotels, planner Angela is putting photographer Alex through his paces.
Angela's gonna be a bride.
To see if he can make it as one of her preferred suppliers.
OK, head up, big smile.
This is gonna be fun.
OK, go for it. Enjoy every minute.
Yeah, right.
Because the day goes very quick.
Do you know, I feel as nervous as a bride. That bit there,
Yeah,
is that the roof?
that's the roof.
What I look for in a good photographer is, one, the photographer understands the couple, appreciates that it's their wedding day, it's their photographs, what they want.
Angela can be demanding, but that's because she wants everything to be right.
With one shoot complete, Alex has a final chance to impress in a second setting by the sea.
Let's bring you to this beautiful little spot here. Sea looks amazing, sky looks amazing, beautiful light.
Right, tell me what I'm doing.
OK, let's get you in here, look. OK, and I just want you to sort of turn slightly sideways like this. The reason why I'm leaning you in this way is because a lot of brides, they say, oh, don't get my double chin in. Well, when you lean someone forward like that, it stretches the neck. OK, so I'm just going to lift your head up slightly.
Does it not look weird, like the bent in a photo?
No, no. Look where my hand is. Stay there, don't move. Show me your best smile.
I'm showing me my worried smile, but imagine a bride like this bent over.
OK, on 3, big smile. 1, 2, 3. And one more. Now smell the bouquet, but don't hide your face. That's it. Just look up with your eyes. Look at me.
I'm just thinking my back's killing me.
OK. Straighten your back up. We're going to do some star jumps next.
What?
It's been an unexpectedly challenging shoot for Angela. Now, time for her to assess the photos.
Is this where I go? Delete,
Let's have a look
delete,
what we've got.
delete.
So let's go through what we've got.
God, look at me here.
Zoom in a little bit.
No, we don't do zoom-ins.
Bring it in a little bit more. That's cool.
Yeah.
After much consideration, Angela has made up her mind.
Question for you.
OK.
I like the pictures, I like your work. Do you want to come and work for us?
I'd love to.
Do you want to come on our books, get the brides?
Yeah, it'd be great. Love to be part of the team.
Brilliant.
Sounds perfect.
Yes.
There you go.
I get to throw it. Woo!
Well, that's it. Everything went superb. Really looking forward to working with Andrew in the future. Can't wait.
I'm glad I met Alex today. We've done a bit of a photo shoot. I've been a bride and I've got the ribs and the backache to prove it. Fantastic fella, very professional, really happy he's on the team now, so the team's just getting bigger and better.
In Paphos, Louise and Andrew are almost ready for their wedding on one of planner Sharon's yachts. It's now the moment of truth for bride Louise.
Oh, it's fantastic. The dress is lovely. I've just got to squeeze into it. Just waiting for them to just finally tie the back up. We're slowly getting there. Have you seen how many laces there are? We chose a dress a size down, so it's just a case of fingers crossed that I actually fit in it. I did try it on before we came out, but going all-inclusive was a bit of a worry for me to get back into it, but no, I've got into it and it feels fab. It worked! It worked!
And Dad's long-awaited moment has finally arrived.
Oh, you're beautiful. Oh my God. Well, words can't explain it. She looks absolutely beautiful.
There's just one last precaution before they leave.
OK, so Sharon's been to the pharmacy and picked me up these motion sickness tablets from AC. Everything is natural, they're all herbal. She can take one now. OK, are you happy for her to have one?
Yeah,
Do you want to read
Will
through
she be able to
everything?
swallow them? That's the only thing. She's never taken tablets before.
OK, let's have a look.
What you've got to do is you have to swallow this with the water, okay? Special Pop it in your mouth and then swallow with the water. Quick, quick, quick! We've got to go. Has it gone? Let's have a look. But she's still going on the tongue.
So, Macy's having none of it. Fingers crossed for calm waters. Down at the harbour, groom Andrew, together with his best man, stepson Josh, are on the yacht ready for bride Louise's arrival.
I, Andrew Keith Bosworth.
I, Andrew Keith Bosworth.
Accept you, Louise Kelly, as my lawful spouse.
As my lawful spouse, to love and to share with you. to love and to share with you until death does divide us.
I call upon all persons here present to witness that I, Louise Kelly, accept you, Andrew Keith Bosworth,
As my lawful spouse.
as my lawful spouse,
Until death do separate us.
unto death do separate us.
As from this moment, I pronounce you husband and wife.
That bloody time, isn't it?
Yeah.
12 years.
With the formalities complete, the yacht sets off for celebrations and speeches at sea. The pressure is now on. it's best man Josh's big moment.
My dad, Andy, came into my life when I was just 2.5 years old. Yeah, Macy and Mummy. They've been there for me ever since, my dad especially, and I do admit I push him to the limits at times. Mum has done really well on her diet, although I hope she doesn't keep going too far, otherwise I'll lose a mum. I would like you all to raise your glasses for Mum and Dad, bride and groom, Andy and Louise.
Andy and Louise. That was really good.
Job done. Now Josh can relax. Meanwhile, for planner Steph, there's no downtime. Boss Sharon needs an update.
Flowers was nothing to worry about. You were right, they were beautiful and she loved them.
You've done an excellent job, but then again, I didn't doubt it at all.
And it's good news all round. Macy has found her sea legs, despite refusing the seasickness pill.
The whole experience is great.
I always wanted to get married, and I don't think I could have wished for a better way.
So I'm really pleased with everything as well. Soon enough, the night will be going out with a bang with the next surprise.
Next time, transport troubles.
I ordered a 6-seater limo, normal saloon car, and I've got a van.
And will rain stop play?
I just started crying when I opened the curtains this morning.
It was lashing down in Cyprus. Can you believe that?
I've never yet had to do a wedding in the rain.